When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, e-commerce, documentaries, TV and radio jingles, adverts, video editing, post-production, makeup, web design, graphic design, equipment rental, promotions, branding and awards, talent hunt, film making, news blogging, fashion and pageantry, printing. We also run a music studio and help you execute your video shoots. We are at number 5/21 Upper Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. For more information, call 0816-370-0950 or 0811-098-9688. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.
And do you know how much they're going to pay? 30,000.
Oh, really?
And that 30,000, only 10,000 goes to the town union.
Okay.
10,000 goes to the village. The road is being created. And then 10,000 goes to the youth who are going to help to mark the road.
Okay.
So it didn't only bring down the cost, it streamlined things so that it enhances development. Okay. Now, such a thing was never in the Constitution. And we believe that such should be constitutional. So we're talking about these age grades in social interaction and so on and so forth. They were not in the Constitution.
Okay.
So as we are chatting, this conference was to chart a roadmap, the way forward. So when you get some of these things, they need to be considered. What we are trying to do is constitutional review.
Okay.
We had a constitution. Of course, you can't have a town union if you don't have a constitution in the ministry that is registered.
Yes.
By law, it's due for review.
Yes.
It might even be the language. It might still be said, but language that was feasible or useful or unproblematic then might be problematic now.
Yes.
So that is why. So it's a constitutional review to take care of it. As a matter of fact, that day, you know, there was some, immediately that this was announced, there was someone from the crowd who stood up and said the areas that the constitution, the review is not interested. We're talking about our social and economic development.
Okay.
That's the area we're focusing on, the constitutional review.
Okay. Thank you very much. Moving away from the economic developmental angle, let's look at education.
Okay.
Let's look at education. There was a committee for education, and part of the resolution was to begin an endowment fund or create something like a scholarship board or something for the community and for brilliant students as well. And this requires money. This requires sponsorship. Then looking at still on the economic angle, you can't attract tourism if you don't have good roads.
Yes.
People can't live healthy lives if they don't have potable water. And it's a whole lot that even borders on the government in terms of rural development. So looking at all these things that still needs to be done, which way is the town union taking first to begin this journey of socio-economic development?
Thank you very much for your question, because actually it looks like the core of the whole thing. The question is 4 arms. I want to take it one by one. The last one, which way? The first way we are going to, what is like what we have done, the planning.
Okay.
If you don't plan to work, you have planned to fail.
Yes, Exactly.
So before there were no plans.
Okay.
You know, just things were done. And that is why we're just trying to get both academic, intellectual infrastructure on the ground, and the social infrastructure on the ground. So that whatever happens, the system, it becomes systemic. The system will be running because it's already created. Everybody knows where we're going. Everybody knows what is expected. And that is why we have done this conference. And from this conference, for instance, let me talk about education. From the point of view of education, one of the greatest projects we have in education beyond the endowment is the modern secondary school. It is original in Girls. That school was one of the best. You won't count up to 4 schools in Anambra State in the 1980s without counting that school. It has produced many professors and so on and so forth. But we are so much shocked at this state now. But if you look around, you see there's a lot of physical, most of those buildings, all the buildings there renovated, none was done by government, none. Okay. It's our people. Because that's the place of that school, that's the place of education. There's one you wouldn't see. That's the principal's quarters. The Agunese Youth Branch, Lagos, they have on their own taken over to reconstruct virtually. Because if you call it renovation, it will be too much. It's virtually reconstruction. And by the time they finish, we'll be getting up to 8 rooms, 7, 8 rooms. In which case, with a parlor, a living room. So that what we're thinking about is the principal can take 2 rooms and the living room, while other teachers and so on now can have, because one of the things want to do is to give an incentive that is going to attract people to that rural area. We know that most teachers, they want to remain in the urban areas. Now, but we want to give them something. It might not be much, but if you offer somebody an accommodation, a free accommodation that is comfortable, I think that might be enticing. The person stays there within the week. Weekend, he can go home. So that's the area we're looking at, and we're working on that. And you can see those youths have taken over that one, and they'll complete it before Easter. Before the end of first term, the whole everything, they came to take the measurement of the glasses. It has been removed and everything has been done. So that one done. When I visited Abuja and they were reading their minutes, do you know one of the things that was in their minute? They were talking about scholarship, how they were debating whether to pay for WAEC, junior WAEC for everyone, or help indigenous students or scholars. Now, but one of the issue is you see how they are thinking, and that is the way it is with the branches and then individuals. If people could do what you saw there in that school without town union prompting them, how much would they do when there is a town union that is interested, that they can trust, and who is trying to articulate what is required and then prioritize? So that people now see it. So it is going to push people to, because they see clearly where we're going, and they'll be interested in joining in that journey because they see it's a journey that makes sense. Exactly. Yeah. So that is that part on education. Then on the issue of this thing, it's going to be wide, even though we may start this. But I want to assure you that as it is, an individual has already hired a room in Onitsha. Okay. And he has also instructed people to find a room in Enugu here. Now, what is the purpose? The purpose is for anybody who wants to learn anything to be an apprentice so that he won't have a complaint that he doesn't have anywhere to stay. Go there, I will stay there and do this thing. And then, of course, by the time the person finishes, we'll come to that bridge of how to get the person stand up. Okay. So these are things, there are individuals who are willing to do that. That is why we're starting this. So, but we want to make it to look comprehensive so that everybody sees where we're going. We didn't just want to go and catch or capture them because it might backfire. It will look as if you are trying to be opportunistic. That is why we want to lay a foundation so that even it's not going to be only with this administration. It becomes a systemic thing. That this is the way it is done. People will be, if it's a foundation, people know that they have to be paying in money there. And of course, we also talked about how to fund the town union. Yes. That's part of it. Individuals For instance, we're already concluding there will be a levy for every young man, no matter how small. That is one of the things you contribute in your town to see that your town develops. And then it will be used, and every account will be rendered. And once you're able to render a clear account, people are going to be very, very happy and comfortable. People spend money when they trust you. If they don't trust you, no matter what you say, they are not going to. But when they know they can trust you, they can bring out money. And that is what we want to lay the foundation of trust, so that people will be ready to bring out money. And then of roads, if we have time, maybe next time we're going to have an activity, you are going to go around. There's a village, anywhere from the oldest village. Somebody tarred the road into his village.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now, as it is, we have a project, just as it was in my address in the conference. We want to build link roads. That link road, there's one, for instance, we are coming from that square going to Igwe's place. There's a bridge across a river. It's called Ojimbe Bridge. That bridge was attracted when I was a councillor in the local government. And that has endeared me to our people, because the three original villages that formed Agunese are actually three brothers from one parent. So there's affinity amongst them is very, very strong. So to build that bridge, linking them so that if you want to go to a meeting to this thing, you wouldn't have to cross another village. It was something very significant, and they loved it. So as it is now, there's a village on the express, Aboneri Mako. Before you go to that village, you have to go through Ubo or pass through Ogo, pass through Mbo. And we said that's an aberration. That has to stop. As it is, we have done what is called road mapping for a road from the upper Agunese to link up, so that even people even going to the farm can just use the motorbike or this and go down. Trucks could also bring farm products from there up to the market. We've done the road mapping. We're only waiting for these rains to stop. There has been pledges. As it is, we have raised, people have paid in 1.8 million into our account, the town account, with regards to building that road. And there are, after the conference, there was many other people who made pledges. And before the end of next week, I'm going to have a conference call with our diaspora brothers. You know, they want to also hear from me, and I know that it's going to do something, so that I believe that before we'll be doing, because our normal annual general this assembly is in December 30th. I believe one of the things we'll be doing on that day, we'll be talking about progress we have made on that road, because I want to assure you that even if it's 1 kilometer, we'll have done it on that road. So we're waiting for this road that will collect the road mapping, because we've done the road mapping so that not just to get bulldozers and put in there. The surveyors have come there, they took coordinates, and then went back to this and then connected to the satellite. So it gives them a picture of the whole place. The terrain, the gradient everywhere, the streams, rocks, even everything you need to know. So that in mapping out where the road will go, you know what you see it live and doing it. You know the area that could cause erosion. So you do try to, like where you have cliffs and so on, because it's going to show you all that. Yes. That's why we have done that. So as soon as this rain stop, we'll pay them. We decided not to pay them and collect it and keep it. So we will pay them and collect it, and then machine bulldozer will get into that road. Once we've done that, there's another one linking two villages. Once you link those two villages, now know that in Agunese you can move from one part of Agunese to the next without getting out of Agunese. And we believe it's achievable within my tenure. Because I know that once bulldozer begins to work there, and we're snapping it and sending it, and that people are saying, this is real, this is live and direct, many more people, money will begin to come in. You know, I didn't know we were going to do this conference. At this point, because when we were talking, but when it got to, is it 4 days or 5 days? to the conference. I just wrote, I said, okay, fine, guys. If we're not going to do this conference, fine, let's cancel it. I'm going to cancel it tomorrow. We have a meeting tomorrow. I just want to inform you I'm going to cancel it. From that day, pledges began to come. Before the following day, we were going to hold the meeting. Then, a lot began to come. And when we didn't think we were going to do this, eventually, we had more than we needed for the conference. So I know our people, because they trust. On so many other issues we've done, like paying WAEC fine for our secondary school, like restoring electricity. Once I make the request, because our people know that what I'm telling them is the truth and what I'm saying is what I'm doing, that trust for now is there, and I want to do whatever I can to protect that. So I know they will join in. So I'm hoping that our report will be that the road has reached the express.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. It's really been a wonderful time with you in the studio today. And on a concluding note, I know and I believe that you are not the first PG of Agunese Mako community. There have been others who have come before you who did their bid. But your tenure has come with a lot of energy, has come with a lot of disruptive, innovative developmental strategies to uplift Agunese from wherever it was to wherever it's going. And for me, it's a thing of concern. What has been the drive for all these developments?
First of all, I would say I like your terminology and vocabulary.
Thank you.
Because it's very incisive, actually. It tries to bring out every aspect. To answer your question, I'll say, first, because I am architect Simeon Okike.
Okay.
That's me. And I am the product. I have the duty to sell myself. I have the duty to market myself. I have the duty to protect that name because the name has been built. I did mention passively that I represented home Makotown. I was then made speaker of old of local government, including Aniri.
Okay.
And I was the best I was a coordinator for speakers in Anambra. Before Enugu State were created, I became the coordinator. And in politics then, you can't talk about, there's no politician who didn't know me. Now, they knew me because it's nature. That's why I say it's because it's me. I have that positive energy. I like to be positive. I like to leave a landmark. I like to leave a legacy. Tell me, what is your life? If you don't leave anything positive, things people are going to forget about money. It's not about money. Let me tell you, you don't take any to your grave. And if you spend money, if you start drinking because you have money, you kill yourself. If you start eating because you have money, you kill yourself. If you start womanizing because you have money, you kill yourself. So tell me, what is that you will do that gives you joy and gives at least a reasonable number of people joy and they remember you? When I was the speaker, after then, I saw how people respected what I did. And I'll be dead in the brain if I try to mess that up. As a matter of fact, I had no interest. I'm an architect. I'm teaching in IMT. I wanted a quiet life. For me, I'm getting to the age I'm going to plan my retirement. So when people say, please, it is you that will want to help us at this stage. It's somebody like you who will bring the calmness, who will bring the integrity, who will bring the vision into play. That's going to help to move the community ahead. There is such a call that you cannot refuse. And that is why when I accepted the call, I know what it meant. I know it's a whole lot of work. To tell you honestly, we do not have any minerals. As a matter of fact, I've spent my money on a number of occasions to get things, to get the secretarial materials. But this is my place. People know me. For instance, anybody who knows me outside, if you meet anybody from my place and it's confirmed he knows me and it's my relative, he's going to treat him well. Now, what if I die now? And people are coming to my community and it looks like mess. I can't forget what happened to Ernest Okonkwo. Ernest Okonkwo was the best commentator Nigeria ever produced, football commentator. The region Nigeria, he was an international commentator. But this man was never going to his village. He never did anything, he never touched any lives. He never remembered the community, he never affected anything in the community. And you know, when the man died, they brought him but there was no single village that was around. They had to go to Obommano to hire those who are going to dig grave. And after digging a grave, they just put the guy there and covered him and everybody right there. There was no bottle of water to drink. And I saw that as a young man, and I vowed that would never happen to me. So, I love this community very much because I know that when we are united to go and pursue something, we always get it. I know that there's a lot of love. I've seen the older people, the love they shade, the unity they showed in everything. And I want to hazard if I could try to see how I can bring such back. And in doing that, you make sacrifice. You spend your money, you be very, very honest. And then you also have to be very positive because let me tell you how there's a lot of sticks. I'm getting a lot of sticks from everywhere. You understand? But you should be ready to take that because that is normal. It's only when you're able to manage such and take it and by the chain and continue to move at the end. People will tell story. When I was in politics, people were not praising me then until I left. So I know everybody will not appreciate what I'm doing now. But I want to assure everybody from Agunese to Mak to the whole state, I will not leave that seat not better than what it was when I came. Because that is what I will be remembered of. And I'll be glad, even if that is the only thing I'm able to do. That is my passion.
Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time with you in the studio today. And just by way of conclusion, what will be your message to your people, to your kinsmen, Agunese Mako indigenes?
My message is two.
Okay.
Number one is that people make peace when they are together. People who are scattered all over places are not. So coming together means coming for peace, working for peace. Gradually, you make peace.
Okay.
Then on the other side, I want to make a promise. It's a promise I made the first time when I was sworn in. I told them I know that I'm going to take some punches for the sake of Agunese, and I'll take it.
Okay.
That has not changed. But I want everybody to come on board. There's nothing we're fighting for. We don't have no minerals, we have no resources we're fighting for. If we work together, we can create an artificial economy that people will begin to benefit. That is my aim. My children may not benefit. I'm sorry. Look, God has done, everybody has blessed everybody in this world. But there are people there. That's my heritage. That's my community. That's what I'm going to be known. Because for instance, like when they ask you, for instance, if I said this, Agunese, okay, is that your community? They know me with Agunese. So whatever is happening, they know me as Agunese. And it's going to remain with me. It's going to remain with my children. It's going to remain with everybody because we're not running away. It's our place. Nobody runs away. So the best thing, let us not waste time. Let's come together and work together and make this place a paradise. Very, very physical, very easy. Very easy. Just for us to agree. I know it's not going to be 100% peace, but let's try not to be unnecessarily distracting those who are working for positives.
Okay.
That's all. And if we could do that, everybody has his own turn. I'm not going to be the last PG. Other PGs will come. Please, allow me to do things my own way. And at the end, you say your result.
Okay.
But I want to assure you that I'll be ready to accept whatever result you say, because I know what I'm doing. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time with you. in the studio. If you just joined us, we are discussing Agunese Mako community in Ogo local government area of Enugu State, and we highlighted some of the developmental concerns of this area. This is an agrarian area with so much blessed tourist centers and a lot of potentials to be harnessed for social and economic development of Enugu State. And with me in the studio have been the President General of Agunese Mako Community, Architect Simeon Okike. And don't forget, this is Frontliner on Ogama TV, and this is where we wrap up on this edition of the program. Don't forget to follow us on our social media feeds. You can follow us on Facebook at Ogama TV, on Instagram as Ogama TV1, and YouTube as Ogama TV. You can follow our blog where we get you updated of day-to-day activities within Nigeria and across the globe on www.ogamatv.com. It's been a wonderful time with you today, and I remain Emmanuel Tewasi. See you someplace next time. To have a wonderful day.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, e-commerce, documentaries, TV and radio jingles, adverts, video editing, post-production, makeup, web design, graphic design, equipment rental, promotions, branding and awards, talent hunt, film making, news blogging, fashion and pageantry, printing. We also run a music studio and help you execute your video shoots. We are at number 5/21 Upper Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. For more information, call 0816-370-0950 or 0811-098-9688. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.